Hello everyone, Ron here from HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road. Welcome to our channel. Join us camping as we leave Myrtle Beach and head south chasing warmer weather. We'll camp 3 nights in a campground in Yemassee, South Carolina, and then travel to Valdosta, Georgia for another 3 nights camping there. Jackie and I are super excited to have you along and want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We're eager to get the adventure started, so buckle up and let's hit the road. So we're fixing to bug out this morning, Carolina Shores, Myrtle Beach. Just getting the last pieces picked up. I'm taking down the flag. I have to stow the poles and the light that shines on the flag. The tripod. I'll make sure the tanks are pretty much drained and pick up over here. Disconnect the sewer and the water and the cable. Have to get Starlink off the roof. And we got about 2.5 hours before we get a bug out, so we'll try to bug out a little early, so probably bugging out in an hour and a half, thereabouts. Anyway, it's been a great stay. We're real happy, and I'll tell you, that sun's really reflecting off the ocean over there. You can see it on the other side of the berms through the cut there. Yeah, beautiful day. A little breezy yet, a little chilly yet, but I think today's gonna be the warmest day since we've been here. So anyway, see you down the road. Jacqueline, are you having a good day as a passenger princess?
Forgot my crown though.
Oh, you forgot your crown.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to make sure we grab it if we stop.
Okay.
So we're on 17 South, South Carolina. We're heading for Oaks at Point South in Yemassee, South Carolina. And according to RV Life, we have 2 hours and 20 minutes to go, about 121 miles. So far, it's been a good, safe drive, non-eventful, minimal traffic, and I'm just happy we're not out on 95, you know. I'd rather take this road any day. Max is running good, not to jinx us, and B's following along perfectly. So we probably will, if we find a place to pull over, we probably will pull over and just do a safety check on B. On the wheels and make sure nothing's getting hot. So far, all the pressures are up and the temperatures look normal on the tires. So when we're in Yemassee, it's only going to be a 3-night stay. So, and then we're heading down to Valdosta Oaks or over, and that'll take us, just north of Florida in Georgia, and we'll be able to take 75 down to Orlando, or I say Orlando, to TTO, which is actually in Claremont, Florida. So that's a better drive for me, I think, than going down 95. So I'll do that any day. And it's a little out of the way going out to Valdosta and then going down. You know, it's less miles going straight down and through 95. And but I'd like to avoid that traffic down there. So, all right. See ya. We're at Oaks Point South in Yemassee, South Carolina. Got here yesterday, probably around 2 o'clock. It's a pretty nice site. Got a little bit of Starlink poking up through that small window up there. But anyway, we'll be here until Tuesday morning. We're bugging out heading to Georgia, so went ahead and picked up the campsite, and this is my take. So MCCA, make campsites clean again. If we all do our part, we'll all have a better camping experience. Morning. We've had a very good stay for 3 nights here in South Carolina. We've got like a 4.5 hour drive over to Valdosta, Georgia. I've got to finish, basically everything's left to do. I'm still all totally hooked up. We got a couple hours before we have to bug out. And we're not too far inland from Hilton Head Island. We didn't get out there. We really didn't do much while we were here. Kind of relaxed and rested, kind of. We did go out one night and pick up Chinese. So, all right, friends. Talk to you later. Got about an hour left of our trip to Valdosta today. We've stopped one time to fuel up, and we stopped one other time for rest. Just a short little stop. And it's been a pretty uneventful drive. We spent about an hour on 95, and then we've been heading west-southwest from there, and mostly on 84. So it's a good thing whenever you can get away from 95. 95 was super rough, especially, bridge transitions. Super rough. So this road's been really good. As you can see, traffic's very, very light, and the roads are pretty smooth. And Bee's following along perfectly. Being a good girl back there. Anyway, let's check on our passenger princess. How is she doing?
Good. It's a nice day.
It is a beautiful day. Nice and sunny.
Yep.
And right now, good trip, eh?
Yep.
All right, babe. So we're safe at Valdosta Oaks in Valdosta, Georgia. There's Interstate 75 right there. And believe it or not, it's pretty quiet, really. There's a big hotel right there. Got a McDonald's down here, and over the highway, you got a bunch of stuff down here on the road that goes over the highway. Just came up on the roof to put Starlink up. Got a nice view of the sky. We're here for 3 nights, and while I was looking the roof over, I spotted this. Yeah, that's right through the TPO. It's a stick or a branch, came out of a tree, probably where we were last time. Because I don't remember getting under any trees coming here. So I'll have to get up here and take care of that. Especially before it rains. All right. That's the first hole in the new TPO. Well, I say new. In 2003. In the spring of 2003. It was brand new, this roof. And that's the first time, besides putting some, some self-leveling caulk down. First time I've had to repair a hole. So when we arrived yesterday, this cover that's supposed to be on this box was basically just leaning up against the pole, which allowed us to see the site number. But obviously it's not doing anything to protect the breakers and the electrical there to keep it out of the weather and out of the water. And the other thing is this campground has free cable, or cable provided. And yeah, I screwed that in there last night, and so I screwed my cable into their receptacle, and I got nothing. And I come out here and I look at it, and the insides of that, where the connection goes, is all like rotted away, or I don't know, it's missing. So I don't know how long it's been that way. Well, probably quite a while. So last night I decided to wait till this morning, give them a call, let them know about the electrical box and about the cable television. And I called, and they don't even open until 10 over there at the office. Their hours are like 10 to 2. So at about 10:30 I called back over, spoke to a lady. She was very nice. And told her what was going on. And she says, well, I'll see what I can do. Well, like I said, that was 10:30. It's 5:29 in the evening. I've seen nothing. I've heard nothing. I'll be surprised if anybody comes and looks at all. But maybe I shouldn't be surprised, or maybe I shouldn't be talking like that. Maybe this is a good park where they address things right away. But, you know, when she said, I'll see what I can do, I kind of almost laughed into the phone because of the way she said it. So it was almost like a condescending tone, you know. Now, if I misread her or misheard, well, I apologize. But like I said, right now, nothing. So, and you know, we have cable television on and off depending on where we are at and staying. And last night was Tuesday, you know, and I used to like watching, before we hit the road, Oak Island, you know, the Curse of Oak Island. Because I read all about that when I was in my 30s, you know, and I was interested in that. So I've watched every episode prior to hitting the road. We don't have the History Channel on the road. You know, that's about the only show on history that I'd want to watch, and I'm not going to pay for that. So last night was Tuesday, and I thought about watching it, and we went out to eat after we got here, and then when we got back, I tried to get, you know, cable television to work, and it wouldn't, and I realized, well, you know, I looked into it, and I found out we weren't going to watch that. So, anyway, and we do like to get live news once in a while, you know, because the news we watch is pretty much yesterday's news all the time. So, all right. Site here at Valdosta Oaks. It's not really level. You can see I've got 3 inches of lumber under these wheels over here to get it, you know, close to level. And the back end's way up, so I'm glad I don't have to horse that generator on and off there right now, because it drops off down here. So, you know, we're up on a hill on that side, and kind of drops away here. But other than that, I mean, setup was pretty easy. I would have pulled further forward because it's more level up front, and I would have parked in the back, except for the location of the sewer line. I wouldn't have had enough sewer line. I didn't want to get too far forward and not be able to hook up, so we ended up where we're at. So we're making do. There's always a way around everything. No biggie there. I got a few bottles of sauce to sell. So pulled pork with slaw on it, and slaw on the side, and baked beans. And that coleslaw is probably the best coleslaw, in my opinion, that I've ever had.
Good.
You agree? Yeah? And you basically had the pulled pork sandwich, and you have the mac and cheese
Yep.
with slaw on the side. All right. And your choice of sauces. So sweet sauce and hot sauce and any kind of sauce you want. All right. Smoking pig. here over the bedroom slide. Yesterday when I put Starlink on the roof, you know, I was looking the roof over a little bit and I noticed this. Okay, I'm kind of glad it was still there because it would have been easy to miss that. And so obviously we got into a branch that jabbed right through that loose spot there. Because when that breaks over, it's kind of spongy because there's no wood there. And it's stuck right in there. I'm gonna have to do something about it. Today I've been editing videos and I have to keep doing that, but it's not supposed to rain. So I'm gonna get after it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day before we bug out. But that, yeah, I'm glad I found it. And I probably wouldn't, like I said, I probably would have missed it if it wasn't for this piece of wood. All I could think of is our last site, we were under trees and you know, some of the branches fell and they were around the campground or they were around the campsite. And yeah, that hasn't been there and nothing's soft like rain's been getting in or water. Everything's firm underneath, so like I said, it hasn't been there long. I look all the time. I'll get a piece of a Turnabond on it and keep an eye on it. That's gonna have to suffice. Probably good as new after that. All right, tomorrow. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do to fix this little problem is pull the stick out of the hole. And I'm gonna clean this area up with some mineral spirits and we'll go from there. Okay, all cleaned up well with the mineral spirits. I use a tape measure to figure out how big of a section of Turnabond tape I want to use. And then I'll cut the tape and we'll get her on there. You can see I have a 4-inch wide roll of a Turnabond. So I just cut a 2.5 by 2.5 square because that's all I really need. Okay, I've got that piece of a Turnabond started. Now I got to try to work it down. It's a little bit sunny out here and hot, so the backing is peeling kind of hard and it's taking some of the sticky with it. So I'm gonna need both hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, kind of smooth that down and we'll come back to you. So I've got a little roller that I carry with me. It's really old. It's something my grandfather gave me. He used to use it for wallpapering, I believe. You should always do that with a Turnabond if you can. Oop. I'll have to keep a real close eye on the edges of this. And if they start to come up, I might caulk around the edges. All right. But that should keep the water out. That should keep the water out indefinitely. I'll keep a close eye. Don't need any water in there. That should do it. And I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of the culprit. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. And also, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when new material hits our channel. From Rohn and Jacki at HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road, have a great day and thanks for watching.